Hello, collective. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am Raven, also known as the Empress Oracle, newly back into the swing of things as Recalibrate with Raven. I know you all are noticing the changes throughout my socials, throughout my mail list. Thank you for your patience, your grace, your love, and your support throughout my many transitions. It has been some time since we last seen one another. Just know the work has been transformative, and that is a theme that we will continue to lean into this month. Happy Scorpio season, happy Scorpio new moon, happy Halloween. We have a lot of collective energy at play right now. We are asked to be very present and in full surrender to all the beautiful changes that are taking place. As the oracle that is helping us in the in-between, I welcome you and I thank you for trusting me with your energy and allowing me to show up in my divinity for you as a reflection of you at this very beautiful time. There are many updates. Feel free to explore the links down in the description box. And without further ado, let's get into these messages. All right, honeys. First off, protect your neck. That is the first collective message. Honey, they say if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So there's a theme of preparedness where opportunity meets preparation that a lot of the chosen ones are going to be leaning into at this time. Okay, I did a lot of crystal cleansing. I did a lot of chakra cleansing. I did a lot of meditating throughout this week before I even took up space and energy in this way. So I want you all to take heed to everything that your higher mind, that your heart, and that your body is telling you. If you need to work out, go to the gym. If you need to eat light, eat light. If you need more rest, rest. We are being asked to surrender. Surrender to the transformation at bay. Do not play with this energy. Okay, chosen ones, do not allow the past behaviors, the trauma responses, the ways in which you used to do things to creep up on you at this time and take over. And when I say take over, I mean you fall subject and you succumb to these pressures. You succumb to the psychological warfare. You succumb to all of the things that are yanking and pulling at your energy and attention. It is the most pivotal time right now with all of these major transits ending and beginning that we must be vigilant in our protection. We must be vigilant in our prayer. We must be vigilant in our positioning. So when you show up as the version of you that knows. Show up as the version of you that is ready, that is regulated. Okay? This is a collective energy that we are in right now. Let the transformation, oh my God, the morphing happen. It's like the transformation in action is a morphing that is happening, being remolded, morphing into, okay? There's no separation between your light and your dark. There's a morphing, there's a merging happening within, showing up in the light or in the dark or whatever energy, whatever version of you is necessary. Follow suit, follow through, okay? I'm hearing clearly now is not the time to be misaligned. You do not want to be misaligned, chosen ones, okay? Although that misalignment is still going to be on your path, you can choose the higher octave. You can choose the higher vibration. Choose the What's the best that can happen? Let that be a supportive mantra as you're transforming, because yes, the changes are taking place, but what's the best that can happen? Let that be the baseline. Let that be the standard. Let the best be the standard. Good, better, best is the standard. All right, channeling. Let's get into it. So I already have the cards. I'm kind of doing it more pick a card style, where I've already did the shuffling, the pre-shuffling. I got the messages out here, and I'm going to start the reading off with the Empress Oracle deck. We're going to look at our light and see how our light is shining. Get some messages from our light, from our highest self, from our best self, so that we can get clear on the energy and energies that we are feeling more deeply and more innately. Oh, now that was a chunk of them. Okay. We got magnet, money, manifest. Okay, collective. We have self-care routine, solar plexus activation, and quantum jump. Baby, some of us are quantum jumping into a whole new reality, and I love to see it. I love to feel it. And what's so crazy is how we have some very practical steps in the midst of this jump that we're being told to lean into. What does your self-care routine look like? What is your self-care routine looking like? What is your care for self hitting on? Okay, Scorpio season is amongst us, and we know that's all about shadow boxing. We know that all about the shadow play. We know all about the shadow self that is here to not only be seen, but to be heard and to be integrated, okay? To be more understood. The more we understand our shadow, the better we are standing in our light. There's no difference between them. I seen a post this week. I've also been catching up on more of my readings. I picked back up on the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, and it really shows in clear and in plain sight how destruction, as well as the higher self, as well as creation, destruction and creation are synonymous. They're not separate from one another. So as we're in this Scorpio season dealing with this deep transformative energy, we're dealing with the darkness, we're dealing with Hallows Eve and Halloween and all of this, right? This energy is something that is not separate from us and is part of the creation process. We literally die to live. And if you are on this spiritual journey, very aware of the fact that you are a soul, eternal being, creating and experiencing the human experience. You feel me? You are well aware of the many egoic deaths, the many spiritual deaths that you must surrender to and undergo to stand more in your light, to stand more in your fullness. So the self-care routine that we have, it must honor all parts. It must honor all parts. This is a time of honoring all parts. The solar plexus activation, this is confidently owning all parts. This is the will, this is the determination, this is the gut health, right? All of this should be a part of the self-care routine. This quantum jumping, money, manifesting, magnetizing, this new reality, this new, I keep getting this, I'm just seeing a lot of like highways, like timelines. Yes, that's all these timelines, past, present, and future timelines. What timeline are you calling in? The timeline that is requiring the most confident version of you, the version of you that takes top tier care of you, the version of you that knows how to handle all of this abundance, all of this prosperity, all this money, all this opportunity, and isn't afraid of it. The part of you that isn't afraid of being seen or seeing others. That energy is well ready for us to take part in, to play with, to embody, to embrace, to say yes to during Scorpio season. Past many tests, you have been and are doing the transformative work right here and right now at this time to magnetize this new reality and to take this quantum jump. A lot of us are literally quantum jumping into a whole new state of being, a whole new reality, okay? A whole new timeline where the self-care and the confidence and the monies and all the things is a part of the standard. Again, this is the best standard. So I'm also feeling a lot of us have overcome a lot of lack. You could have been working through a lot of lack energy, a lot of self-worth energy over these past few months leading up to Scorpio season. I feel like Libra season really required a lot of rest and reflection out of us. And here we are in Scorpio season, very well aware of the roles that we have played in our past. Yes, the roles we played in our past, the roles we played in our own demise. Shadow self, bingo, right here. The self-sabotaging tendencies that we developed along the way. All this energy is here for us to sit with. Grab you some tea, light you a blunt with it. Talk to it. Look at the role that you played. The evil eye that you turned on your own self. The lack of protection that you gave you when you needed it most. Okay? Go hermit mode could be part of the alchemical transformation that you need to take part in during this time. Going hermit mode. Appreciate it. So our shadows, the shadow self of, go hermit mode came back out. Thank you, Spirit. Going hermit mode. So that you can lean in and connect to the shadow self, so that you can I'm hearing retrieve parts of you. There's some parts of you, there's some anger, there's some misplaced anger, okay? There's some misplaced anger, head over heart decisions. Revenge and warning. This is so spot on. I'm going to tell y'all the meditation that I had this morning was literally all about this. Because I have been wanting and waiting and anticipating why motherfuckers that wronged me, that did me wrong, ain't got they just due. Why ain't I hearing that they in why ain't I hearing that they in jail? Why am I not hearing that they this and that and they whatever? Wanting it. Literally wanting their revenge, calling it in, playing that role, being very much so in that space. And this is the warning to how light is your heart if you are walking around within this energy, still wanting your lick back, still waiting and hoping to hear about the demise of someone else who you perceived wronged you, who played a key role in your darkest times. There is a warning at this time, magnetizing that same energy to you, because what you putting out, you will get back. And the energy of wanting revenge on others, because let's be for real. In some storylines, we are a villain. Okay, but when we sit back and we look at everything we went through from a higher mind, did these people not play a vital role in you being right here, right now? The best version of you that you could be. Have you not seen the lesson and the blessing in disguise for those said deep, dark experiences? Are you a victim of those experiences? Or are you living or actively pursuing the victory, transmuting, seeing the role that your shadow self, seeing how you were in your lowest self and how you attracted that experience to you and what it taught you? Have you gained the wisdom from what you've been through? Scorpio season is asking you, how much of the shadow have you integrated? How much of the shadow are you willing to accept, especially in the roles that you have played within your own becoming, within triggering your own suffering for the sake of enlightenment? Are we willing to have that conversation about the role that we have played in the releasing of that dark, vengeful energy? There is a warning right here, clear as day. Do not allow the shadow to continue to deceive you in this moment, to have a mindset of one of victimhood. Because exactly what you attracted to you at that time is exactly what you needed for you to learn how to love yourself, for you to learn to forgive others, for you to step into the space of empowerment. How has your shadow literally showed up to liberate you through these experiences so that your light can be recognized? Did you not succumb to your light to help you out of that darkness? Have you succumbed to it? What is the conversation that you are having with your shadow self? How are you really seeing your dual nature? This is what's being asked of us during the Scorpio season. We are having to transform and step into this space of fierce compassion, because Sekhmet is here. Sekhmet's energy is here. The healer is here. Some of you may identify with as the wounded healer within the collective. Some of the things that you went through was so that you can be this fierce, compassionate healer and space holder for other people who too have experienced it. Some of the shit you went through, you had to go through so that you can be the healer that you are. So that you can literally viscerally know what it feels like to experience that level of rejection, to experience that level of deceit, to experience that level of disrespect and disregard. Okay, some of us could have experienced domestic violence. Some of us could have experienced abuse, narcissistic abuse, all types of variants of trauma, all types of things that literally played a key role in our suffering for the sake of our enlightenment. Go hermit mode. Get to know your shadow so that you can release this energy of wanting to take revenge out on others. This is a warning to you to transmute this energy and to step into a better relationship with your shadow, because your shadow is going to protect you. And at times that you endured what you endured, I feel like you had to make a head over heart decision and to call a spade, because in the times in which you were experiencing what you were experiencing, you no longer had the trust of your heart. You no longer had the trust within yourself because you had forsaken yourself for so long. I'm talking to somebody, because this energy of codependency has to be transmuted, is being transmuted. The story of the shadow self right here with every card that I just pulled is a reflection of the past. And right here, right now, doing this transformation, the vengefulness, the wanting to get what is owed to them, all of that energy needs to be alchemized. It's acts to being transformed. It's calling you in so that you can release it, so that again your heart can become light as a feather. Because that story, that version of you, is what's helping you catapult into this quantum jump. The minute you release it, your light, in the way that you're able to take your power back and step into a new level of magnetism and self-care and confidence that aligns you with this timeline, is going to knock your motherfucking socks off. Chosen ones. The work that is being asked requires you to let go, requires you to transform, requires you to forgive. Let's get on into it. So the overarching theme, collective, we have the Sekhmet here. We have the fierce compassion here. We have the healer here. We have the lion-headed goddess that will come and destroy and burn all this shit down for the sake of new grounds, for the sake of fresh, fertile soil, for the sake of clearing it out, for the betterment of everything to sprout up and be regrown. How are you being asked to transform? What level of fierce compassion is needed and necessary for you to give to yourself and to others? How can you resonate with the people that you have villainized in a way in which you see and you can extend gratitude for what it is that they did to you, thanking them for the role that they played in your becoming? This is a very high level, higher octave of love and appreciation and growth that is happening in Scorpio season. This animalistic, this very deep, intense, I want to hear like scavenging and scouring to the root of whatever it is that is holding us back, is very real. And it is very necessary for the light body, for the quantum jump. I'm getting the Fool card energy. The Fool card, the Fool has packed very light. Pack light. Pack light. We have a lot of themes of destructiveness happening within and without. We have a lot of themes of obsessiveness happening within and without. Some parts of us, we have been obsessing over this story, this version of us, the wrongdoings, the people, the places, and the things. How much power has been left and has been given to them into that old story. How much of your power and your energy is being stifled and stagnated, manipulated and used and siphoned because of your perspective of the who, what, when, where, and why. Let's lean deeply into this transformation. I will read the energy of Sekhmet and what it means for her to show up with us during this Scorpio season in light of the Scorpio new moon, so that we can have a true understanding of how to call in and use this energy for our betterment. So, to my star seeds, let's get into some star bathing. Okay, let's get into the cards. Let's get into some more confirmation. We got some good moon messages here. Oh, more transformation. We have transformation twice. We have Pluto. Pluto is finally getting the fuck up out of Capricorn, baby. Hallelujah. Shout out to my chosen ones that are cardinal signs. Shout out to the Capricorns, the Cancers, the Libras, and the Aries, who have been transforming for the past 16 years, baby. I'm only 31. So this has been for half of my life. I done been rolling in the motherfucking deep. And if you with me, let me get an amen in the comment section. The transformation is here. The lightening of the load is here. We have now, and I think maybe until like the second week of November, and maybe the first week of November, y'all. This energy is being asked to be transmuted. This energy is being asked to be alchemized. Because I got a new attitude. I get it. I understand the tabooness to be able to look back at your past and actually be grateful for all the motherfuckers that had you fucked up. I understand it's so taboo. I understand it. I get it. I feel you. But they played a divine role in making you exactly who you are today. If you actually could go back and change it, would you? Would you? If there is resentment and regret there, that is creating revenge within your being, there is some work, there is a conversation, there is a level of connectivity and a level of clarity that needs to be embraced and embodied between you and your shadow self. The transformation that we have undergone, the people, places, and things, the jobs, the ways in which we have showed up and embodied and embraced our light and our dark has been going under a deep transformation, especially for us cardinal sign chosen ones. And if you have those placements in your rising sign, we are blueprinting the new earth. We are blueprinting these new jobs, these innovations. We are part of the active dismantling and the rebuilding of what is best, good, better, best. We are setting a new standard. I'm talking to way showers right now. You're leading the way by being a living example. Open your mouth, take place on those stages, show up in the energy that you know in which God is calling you to be in, because there are people depending on your light. There are people that you serve in your light and in your shadow and in your darkness and in your wholeness. There are people that are assigned to you and need you at your good, better, best. The transformation that has been happening within and without has been all a part of the divine design. How are you able to sit back and reflect and look at the role that you played, the role that others have played, the level of codependency that you used to be in, the level of distrust and not trusting your heart, the heart mind being disoriented? How is the heart mind today? How can you deepen the heart mind bond today? How is the mind body connection today? How can you deepen the mind body connection today? How can you regulate and restore? A lot of y'all, please, if this message is for you, which I know it is, subscribe to the mail list. We have the support, we have the community, we have the alchemical mix of spirituality and practicality right here. Recalibrate with your girl. It's all a part of the design. Look into your human design. The transformation that we are undergoing right now is calling for the healer within you to heal yourself and create space for others to heal themselves. You don't heal nobody but you. But you are an active permission slip for many people. You are an active permission slip for many people. So that fierce compassion that you need for yourself right now, that underwent all of the darkest, is the same level of fierce compassion you're going to need for everybody else who are undergoing the darkest of their darkest, and or is the darkness that is playing a role in other people's story. Baby, we all saints and sinners. We all saints and sinners. Let's get into it. We have the flamingo spirit, embracing the in-between. Embracing the in-between. The transformation. We're not who we used to be, and we're still getting acclimated to who we know we came here to be. We're in the process of the becoming, of the shedding, of the renewing, of the newness. Embracing the flamingo spirit. Go with the flow. This is a message for us during this time, during the Scorpio season collective. Go with the flow. With the flow. Where you feel flow, where you feel led, trust the intuition, trust the higher mind, trust the heart. To flow with it. Lean into what a full body hell yes feels like. Respect a motherfucking no and what that feels like. Go with the flow. How can ease be a new baseline of the self-care routine that we have? How can us leaning into our magnetism and our ability to manifest and to create and to lean into these money-making ideas that we've been given? How can we go with the flow and trust that where we're being guided is exactly where we're being asked to be? The higher self is going to completely and utterly continue to say this. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with the flow of the transformation. If you usually go in left, maybe you should go right. Maybe you should go with this new flow. Maybe you should ask the version of you that is actively in this in-between. You know what I do, collective? When I am met with the opportunity to choose a new good, better, best based off this standard of wholeness and connection that I have within me right now, what is the version of me that already has blank, blank, blank respond to this moment? Because when you're in between, you have to consciously and actively think as, be, and show up as the version of you that already has it. Even though your reality, even though you're in the betweenness of the reality shift, even though you're swag surfing between one timeline before you get to the next one, call on the version of you that's already landed safely and softly here, that has completed the quantum jump to give you the insight that you need in this now moment. But you got to be here now and go with the flow. Flow with the higher mind. Flow with the heart space. Flow in that energy. Your higher self is asking that of you at this time, collective. This Scorpio new moon, this Scorpio season, the theme of transformation is here. How can we go with the flow with the transformation? What do you need to release? What do you need to release while you're in hermit mode? What do you need to release as you're speaking to your shadow self? What can no longer come? This Scorpio new moon says, hey, let it go and step into the new. But in order to step into the new, you must create space for it. So what aspects of me, what version of me, what beliefs and characteristics and behaviors do I have that I need to release? What stories about a story about a story? What story needs to be released? Okay? Because we got a full moon in Capricorn, we got this Pluto in Capricorn transformation, we got literally the end of a tough cycle is approaching. The end of a tough cycle approaches. The minute you release what no longer serves you, you end that tough cycle. You end that internal war that you've been having with yourself. You say goodbye to it. This Scorpio season, honor the transformation, surrender to the transformation. We are being told to be patient. Be patient and fiercely compassionate with ourselves at this time, collective. Be patient and fiercely compassionate with ourselves. Because the ebb and the flow, the new growth, the many cycles and phases, the ending of this cycle, and the embodiment and embracing of this new activated confidence, this new activated determination and will, it's going to require you to be fiercely compassionate. Yes, there will be moments where you can look back at the woulda, coulda, shouldas, and dang, look at how I neglected myself back then. And please Now is not the time to create a double-ended sword, to be mad at yourself for what you didn't do, and then to be angry in the present moment because of what you did or shouldn't, woulda, shoulda, coulda, whole nine. Fierce compassion, what does that look like? Patience and self-forgiveness in the moment, what does that look like? Because what we don't want to do is misalign our solar plexus. It's to take away from our willpower. It's to become self-conscious. It's to become insecure and to have a low self-esteem. That's not what we're being asked. That's the opposite of a solar plexus. Don't deactivate your solar plexus at this time. Activate it. Step into the energy of it. Do the solar plexus activation in meditations and affirmations as a part of your self-care. This is multidimensional self-care. This is multifaceted self-care. This is recalibration and alchemical self-care. There is home for you here within my growing collective. Please, if this message is resonant for you, do not hesitate to subscribe. My ladies, my women, let me clarify. Do not hesitate to subscribe. And that link is in the bio, okay? The mail list, okay? Because I am talking to my collective right now. I wholeheartedly feel it. And I thank you, Spirit, for this message. But being patient with ourselves at this time. And last but not least, one other card that is standing out to me so beautifully, we have star bathing. And I love this theme for Scorpio season because we're already in the dark. We're already, freaks come out at night. You know what I mean? Halloween, witchy energy. And this energy, honestly, is not going to let up just because we have Thanksgiving at the end of this month. No, this energy of depth and transformation and shadow boxing and shadow play. And I feel like a lot of us this year, if you dressed up, you literally just showed who you really are. I think tomorrow I'm going to actually show up and record in my costume. And if y'all follow me on socials, y'all are definitely going to see me come out of the closet. Okay. And that's just that on that. So we have star bathing. Light body, crystal grid, transmission activation for the star seeds. Star bathing. This is something that I'm going to do. This is part of the self-care routine for this month, y'all. Star bathing, solar plexus activation. I'm going to lean into this collective message and create some supplemental materials by way of me and help us with this. So be mindful of the recalibration station playlist that I'm going to make for this month, because it's going to help us literally transmute and alchemize this energy together. All right. I got the meditations and the affirmations and the yoga classes. They download and we're going to get into it. But this is setting a framework for us as a collective to lean into, okay? So star bathing for my star seeds. This light body activation. Because the minute you release and let go, the end of this cycle comes to a completion. The quantum jump happens. But it's the shadow that must be understood and integrated and a full-blown participant in this. Okay? We had the flamingo spirit. I kind of wanted to read a little bit from that, at least one message. But collective, go with the flow. Embrace the in-between. Call on the future self that has successfully made this quantum jump to assist you in the present now moments when you need that little extra push. Do everything that you can to keep your solar plexus activated. That is yellow. That is get you some sun. That is eat you some yellow, wear you some yellow, call in that beautiful golden yellow Sekhmet energy. Okay? And know that this is a time for you to be very patient and fiercely compassionate. Nothing else can come. Very patient, fiercely compassionate. If you're not noticing in the moment that you are not being compassionate with yourself and patient with yourself, take a deep breath, lean in, call on your higher mind, lean into the heart, and go with the flow. Go with that good, better, best standard of a new flow. Okay? This is practical, yet it is very spiritual. You're in a very light body activation transmission time. We're actively transmorphing. Remember the beginning, I said we're transmorphing. Yeah. Get into it. I want to read this message from Sekhmet and close this reading out with clarity from her particularly, because this is a theme that we will be experiencing throughout this Scorpio season. And so Sekhmet's name means the power or the mighty one. She is a lioness goddess, the feminine face of the sun, feared by many for her destructive capacities, yet also renowned as the quintessential healing goddess of Egypt. Sekhmet brings the fire that fuels alchemical transformation. As the consort of Ptah, she is the spark that ignites the process of manifestation. She is a staunch guardian and protector of truth and justice, and in that capacity has a prominent presence on earth at this time. She shows us her fierce compassion as she assists us in healing the dual nature within. Oh my goodness. If you have chosen this card, it is time to pay attention to Sekhmet. She will walk with you when you're facing the challenging times and situations, comforting courage and protection. She can give you an infusion of her powerful energy to help you accomplish whatever you need to do. Neither codependent nor cruel. Can we talk about it? Like, she is always truthful in the matters of your personal growth and is willing to discipline you in a positive way. Where conflict and opposition exist in your life, she can bring transformation and restore you to peace. Sekhmet helps us to shape shift. I literally have been saying transmorphing. Sekhmet helps us to shape shift into our future selves, the selves we are struggling to become. As we evolve to the next level of consciousness, she opens and purifies our heart space, creating fertile ground that can receive the visionary seeds of who we will become. I channeled all of this, y'all. Thank you, Sekhmet. In short, she sows in your heart the seeds of your higher sacred purpose. Sekhmet is a generous force and will take the time to help you set your course in the right direction so you can grow and transform the seeds of your soul's purpose rather than your ego's agenda. When Sekhmet comes into a reading, it is a good time to write down what you see or feel growing and blooming in your heart. So, part of the self-care routine and journal prompts should be and can be writing down what you see or feel growing and blooming in your heart. Thank you so much, collective, for this time together. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Sekhmet, and all of my ascended master ancestors. We're going to wrap this reading up with a message from the universe, and it beautifully states, I let go of the shadow of the past. I can't make this up. I did not look at these cards before I channeled this message. These cards are confirming everything that I was. Thank you, Spirit. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. There is someone, something, a place or a person in your past that is deeply tethered to this vengeful energy that we are actively transmuting at this time. And if you do everything that is being asked of you to do, collective, within this reading, and you let go so that you can be set free into this new version of your future self that is aligned with your soul's purpose, and actively experiencing all these beautiful things, if you let go of the shadow of the past and see someone for the first time with eyes of love, this tough cycle ends and your new life will begin. Happy Scorpio season. I appreciate all tips. I appreciate all your comments. If this reading is resonant for you, let me get a flamingo. Let me get a flamingo in the comment section. Okay? Let me get some fire flame heart emojis in the comment section. Subscribe to the tribe, and I will catch you all in your elemental Scorpio new moon messages. Love you.